Test, 1, 2, test, test. Welcome everybody to Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias along with Carson Watkins. Thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's contest between the Huntington University Foresters and the St. Francis Cougars. Tonight, St. Francis Cougars coming in this one on a 4-game win streak actually, and they've been doing pretty well. Their conference record is 7-3. And so the lady that's actually leading them to that kind of a record is Kara Gurka. Now she's averaging 14 points a game, Carson. So what do you think some good things that she's done so far this season she's done to really lead this team to that win streak?
Well, obviously she's playing great offense with her high scoring. She's keeping the ball moving around. She's making the baskets. And also you have to look at the game earlier this season with the Foresters and the Cougars squaring off. She had a wonderful game. The Foresters fell hard. I think the Foresters are looking for redemption tonight. Yeah,
definitely. The last time that these two teams faced off, St. Francis came out with a huge victory. Huntington, they shot very, very poor, and it was kind of an awkward game for the Foresters. They only made a couple of three-pointers, but really, again, Carson, just what you said, the Foresters are ready for some redemption. Now, talking about the Foresters, they come into this one 13-8 overall, 6-4 in the conference. If they come out with a win, both of these teams will be tied right in the middle of the conference play. But Sarah Fryman, she's leading the way for them. She scored her 1,000th point this past Saturday, and she's averaging 17 points a game. Now, she's had a heck of a season.
Absolutely.
Just getting to that point, that 1,000-point mark.
Absolutely, and she's going to have to continue tonight, keep these Foresters motivated, and keep scoring baskets in order to let the Foresters take a home and win tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And so, Sarah Fryman, she's coming off of a big game, getting her 1,000th point. Maddie Reeker, now she has a birthday today. Now, what are the odds of that happening? So she turns 22 today, so maybe her birthday is kind of something that'll help propel her forward here tonight.
Maybe so. We wish her a happy birthday here at FDN Sports.
And we are going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we will have your pregame lineups, your starting lineups, and we will have first half action for you right here on FDN Sports. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm Noah Tobias along with Carson Watkins right here in Platt Arena in Huntington, Indiana. First for the starting lineups for St. Francis.
All right, so the forward, we have number 5, Sydney Crow. Another forward, we have Lauren McBarr, a sophomore. Number 20, we have Savannah Buck, a junior. At number 21, we have Kara. Can you help me with her last name there, Noah? Gurka. And number 31, Whitney Will.
Yeah, this St. Francis squad, again, having a heck of a season here so far. 15-7 overall and 7-3 in conference right here. They are sitting towards kind of the middle top there of the Crossroads League. We'll get into more of that here in a little bit, but starting lineups for Huntington University now. Starting 5'4" senior guard Maddie Reeker out of Wauseon, Ohio. Number 5, a 5'10" junior forward Aaron Moore. Actually, that's Sam Hamill out there. Number 20, Sam Hamill, a 5'7" sophomore guard. Number 12, Sarah Fryman, a 5'9" forward junior. She did hit her 1,000th point career mark there in that last game, so a heck of an achievement for her. And rounding it out, number 32, Brooke Saylor, a 5'11" senior forward, trying to end out her senior season here on a good note, and she's been doing that here to this point. She's averaging 9 points a game and also 8 rebounds a game. So really, she's been putting up some good numbers. She's had a couple double-doubles here so far this season. And again, this game is definitely one that we've been looking forward to since the last time both of these teams faced off against each other.
I think one thing that we need to note here, Noah, is when that game was played, St. Francis had the home team crowd. They had the home arena, so maybe that can affect here. We have an electric feel here tonight at Platt Arena, so we'll have to see how that plays into the game this evening.
Definitely. St. Francis came out of that one with a win 68-47, so again, 20.1 game is pretty tough. Brooke Saylor, though, gets it off to a good start. She wins the tip. Maddie Reeker with the basketball for the Foresters, gets it over to Fryman. Down low to Saylor. Thought about the cross-court pass, does get it to Moore. She'll go up for a jumper, and that's good. 2-0. Huntington starts it out with the lead. Savannah Buck now for the St. Francis Cougars with the basketball. Guarded by Reeker, but not giving any pressure to her whatsoever. I think she kind of realized early on that Buck, she does not necessarily put up a lot of shots. Buck, the point guard for the Cougars, she's only averaging 7 points a game. And Kara Gurka coming down with those 2 points there for St. Francis. So 2-2, 9:11 to go.
St. Francis with the full court press already. That's been kryptonite for this Forester team this season.
Yeah, definitely. When the Foresters lost against Marion, that's really how Marion came out with the win, was just by that press. Foresters could not figure out how to get through the press comfortably. Reeker gets it over to Moore. What about driving baseline out to Hamill? 5 seconds on the shot clock. Goes in, flings it up, and does not go in. Rebound, though, by number 5, Crow. She's going to bring it up herself.
These Cougars are playing fast basketball, too. They're not playing any games, moving the ball down the court at rapid speeds. Nice block by Brooke Saylor there. Crow was hoping to go in for an easy layup, trying to beat Saylor off the dribble. Brooke Saylor says that's not happening. Savannah Buck going to inbound the basketball for the Cougars. Wiping up a little bit of sweat underneath the basket. And here we go. Gurka going inside on Fryman and gets it to go. Fryman just trying to stay out of foul trouble here early on. Her and Brooke Saylor have kind of had a little bit of trouble there at the beginning of the season with that. Ball tipped out of bounds, so Foresters will retain possession. A little bit of an interesting tedious call there. A little bit of kind of conflict on both teams wanting the ball for themselves before she come away with it.
Well, it was definitely the right call for sure.
Ooh.
Hamill, she goes inside, and they're actually going to call a foul. Actually, no, they're going to call a jump ball. In fact, the official closest to the scores table put up his fist, and the official on the other end decided for a jump ball. Savannah Buck, she has the basketball, giving it over to McBriar. She's going to drive baseline, back out to Will. Gurka, now to Buck on the other side, driving in, back out. McBriar now, she'll drive on in, get some body, and will miss the layup.
We're seeing some aggressive basketball play by both teams tonight.
Maddie Reeker with the 3-ball, and that's good. That's a nice birthday wish right there for her.
That could have been a 5-pointer with the Harlem Globetrotters. How far that shot was out.
5-4, Forsters lead the Cougars. And now Gurka, she'll go up, and that cannot roll in. Rebound, Brooke Saylor. Sam Hamill now with the basketball. Nice pass to Moore. Moore being guarded by Gurka. That's definitely an interesting matchup that we're going to see here tonight. Fryman now with it, guarded by McBriar. She goes inside, passes it to Moore. Nice spin around move, but cannot finish. Rebounded by Gurka.
She's definitely could be a dominant player with her height, being able to get there and pull down those rebounds.
McBriar hesitates and goes in off the backboard, and that's good. 6-5. Cougars lead the Foresters now. Moore having a little bit of trouble there, and St. Francis definitely putting on that press. Fryman gets to Hamill. And Hamill now driving to the right side.
Ooh.
Nice hands there by Savannah Buck, and a jump ball will be called. Forsters will retain possession. Substitution for the Cougars is going to be number 30, Emma Applegate.
They got a bit of tango over there on the bottom of your screen.
Applegate, she is a 6-foot sophomore center out of South Bend, Indiana. And she's been having a good couple of games here. And foul is going to be called on the Foresters. That's going to be on Brooke Saylor. Her first, team's first, and game's first. Coach Kohler looking a
little bit
puzzled.
confused.
Yeah, and Brooke Saylor did get her with the trip. So that is a good call by the official. You didn't really see it with the naked eye, but man, with that replay, it makes perfect sense. Applegate with the basketball up top, now to McBriar. Long 3-ball, that's no good, rebounded by Saylor. Now Sam Hamill, she's going to sprint down the court. Nice pass to Fryman, and that's an easy 2 points. 7-6 now with 6 minutes to go in the first.
Once again, we're seeing both teams playing very aggressively, trying to get those points on the board early in this game. That'll be a deciding factor.
Buck now over to McBriar. Back up top to Applegate. Applegate driving inside. I'd love to see Applegate drive on Brooke Saylor just a couple more times. I think really that could be Saylor's weakness. And Sam Hamill with the basketball for the Foresters now.
You can tell the Cougars studied their film and seeing where the Foresters' weak points are.
And that ball just not going to fall in, but tipped out of bounds by Gurka, so Foresters, they'll get another chance. Aaron Moore going to inbound the basketball for the Foresters. Gets it into Reeker, now Hamill. Hamill gets it down to Saylor. Saylor looking cross court to Maddie Reeker for 3, and that's good again. Maddie Reeker, 6 points.
Good for this Foresters squad coming out hard early.
Applegate with the basketball. Now over to Crow. Now McBriar for the 3. No good, cannot answer there. And Reeker comes down with the rebound.
Definitely we have a little bit of an angry crowd here in Platt Arena this evening, but some passionate Foresters here and Cougars.
Yeah, and really Savannah Buck playing some great defense right there on Maddie Reeker. Aaron Moore gets to the inside to Saylor. Hands going all over the place. Nice fake by Fryman, and man, she made that one look easy, 12-6.
Foresters with an early start lead here.
And another steal there by the Foresters. Maddie Reeker now with the basketball, trying to extend this lead. Hamill with it, and that is going to be a hand check violation on Savannah Buck. That's her first, team's first here in the first quarter. Substitution coming in for the Cougars, number 11, Dejanay Hinton.
We're going to have to see the Foresters capitalize here, get a little bit of a better lead to maybe feel a little more comfort for Forester fans.
Cougars still have not hit a three-point shot here in this ball game. Foresters, we've hit 2 of 2, and both of those coming from the birthday girl, Maddie Reeker. Erin Moore with the basketball, looking under, gets it into Saylor, and she is going to travel, dragging that back foot. Hands were going all over the place, though, so I can understand her frustration. 12-6, Foresters lead the Cougars right here in Platt Arena. Savannah Buck with the basketball for the Cougars, giving it over to Hinton, to Gurka, to Buck now. Buck looking down low to Applegate, couldn't get it to her, so cross-court pass to McBriar. Great defense again by Moore. Go inside and able to finish. Man, McBriar showing off her ball handling skills here tonight.
That was an excellent spin move there by her. Nice way to get around the basket.
And there's a hand check call by number 11, Dejanay Hinton, her first, team's second. Only been in the game for about a minute now and picks up her first. And so now Maddie Reeker going to inbound it for the Foresters. Gets it back, 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. 12-8, Foresters lead the Cougars. Fryman thought about going baseline, step back, nope, gets it down low. Now to Erin Moore, and that one was off balance for sure. Hamill saves it, and actually they're going to call her out of bounds. And Casey Morton going to check in for the Foresters. That's the first substitution for this Forester squad. A little later than usual. And Brooke Saylor going to come out.
Make a stop, White.
Sarah Doy just a little late to the scorer's table, so she'll have to wait till the next dead ball to come in. Applegate now to McBriar. McBriar being guarded by Fryman. Almost a wild pass over there to Buck. And Erin Moore getting her hands on that steal. That is a great job by the junior.
That is the Foresters' 4th steal this evening so far in this first half, and that's wonderful for them. Keep that ball away from St. Francis. But right now, St. Francis needs to focus on getting some field goals and some three-pointers.
And a nice cut by Hamill. Can't finish, though, and tipped away by Applegate. Buck now with the basketball for the Cougars. To Applegate. She'll jack up a three. No good. And rebounded by Moore. Now the Foresters are just going to try to slow some things down. And Sarah Fryman with the basketball. Now to Moore, jump shot, and she gets fouled on the shot, so she will be at the line shooting 2. That foul is going to be on number 30, Emma Applegate, her first, team's 3rd, and that's a good sign for the Foresters for Applegate to get her first foul. Now left arm right there. Moore able to make her first free throw. And a substitution for Sam Hamill. Sarah Dwight comes into that one. And Erin Moore, that's a great job coming out here and starting off with 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Foresters have really been struggling from the free throw line here recently. They were ranked number 1 in Division II NAIA for free throw percentage. Then they kind of went on a strand there and couldn't make a free throw to save their lives, and then now they are ranked number 8th in Division II. So good to see them starting out strong there. Ball being knocked out, and St. Francis, again, we'll check it back in. Sydney Crow inbounding the ball for the Cougars. Had a little bit of trouble finally getting into McBriar. Aaron Moore guarding McBriar. She'll drive to the inside, leads with her shoulder, and able to finish, and gets a foul on Sarah Fryman. That's going to be Fryman's first personal foul, team's second of the first quarter. Substitution for the Cougars, number 31, Whitney Will. She'll check back in, and she'll check in for Gurkha.
She's having an excellent game this evening. I'm excited to see her back on the court.
McBriar, what a strong move by her. Not able to make her free throw at Applegate, though, able to get the rebound.
Cougars have an opportunity. They're only shooting 4 from 11 on the field for field goals, and so to make some more baskets could put this game really in perspective, but close game right now.
McBriar driving the inside, can't finish there, rebounded by Doy. And that's going to be a body foul on number 31, Whitney Will. That is going to be her first personal foul. Team's fourth. So again, Cougars starting to get a couple more fouls here later into this quarter. Fryman now has the ball and gets it to Reeker. Minute 15 remaining here in the first quarter. Forster's up 14-10. Doy now gets it to Moore. Now gets it down low to Fryman. Back out to Morton for 3, and that's good. 17-10 now. Forster is starting out hot from the three-point line. 3 of 3 for this evening. McBriar now with the basketball for the Cougars. Back out to Applegate. Yeah, she looked pretty comfortable when she shot that last three-pointer. So probably should take it, should keep an eye on her. Maddie Reeker getting her hand on the ball. And now a foul is going to be on Crow as she was reaching right around Sarah Doy. And again, it's going to be Crow's first personal foul, team fifth. So for the remainder of the 43 seconds, Forsters will be at the line shooting 2.
Definitely not something you want to do if you're the Cougars, is give the Foresters opportunities to get to the free throw line. As you said, at one point they were first in free throw percentages in the Division II of the national NIAA. I can't say anything right now. So giving them more pointing opportunities is bad for this Cougar team at this moment.
Jade Clement checked in to this ball game. In her last outing this past Saturday, she had 12 points, and she's really been getting a decent amount of playing time here in the last few weeks. Great to see sophomore stepping up there. This three-pointer by the Cougars and rebounded by Morton. We'll have to see if the Foresters can end out this first quarter with a shot. That 3-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Sarah Doy with the basketball for the Foresters, guarded by Hinton.
Hinton definitely not letting up.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Forces decide to go. Fryman for 3, and that's good. Man, is that extravagant or what?
5 seconds left. Let's see if the Cougars can get a shot up.
Book now, floater, and that's good. Man, that is too easy for the Cougars. Forces did a great job of getting that 3 to go up, but man, Buck really made that look easy with the floater at the free throw line. After one, the Foresters lead 21-12. When we come back, we will have second quarter action for you right here on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
And welcome back to Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias along with Carson Watkins. Let's talk a little bit about the league standings because, man, the Crossroads League, it is crazy so far this year, just like any other year. Huntington back to receiving votes there. ran right in the middle of conference. They just played against Bethel, who's in the bottom, but man, again, conference is very, very loaded, just like any other year.
Absolutely. What you see, Foresters are in 5th in receiving votes. A win tonight, and especially how close they stayed against Marion. This could be great for the Forester team when we're looking at playoffs, conference league play down the road, maybe even getting a ranked position by the end of the season.
Marion is ranked 7th there at the top of the standings. Taylor ranked 9th. Then St. Francis ranked 18th. Again, they've had a heck of a season here so far. Indiana Wesleyan ranked 19th. They were ranked 16th either last week or the week before, but the Foresters came out with a win against them. Actually, that was last week. And then it goes Huntington, who's receiving votes, then Mount Vernon, Grace, Spring Arbor, Bethel, and Goshen round it all up. Sarah Doy now gets over to number 30, Casey Martin. Not able to make that three-pointer. Buck now to McBriar. Tried to get it down to Will, but didn't think it was going to be there. Now Crow, left side, back up top to Will. Right corner to Buck, and she'll try to drive inside. At least she was thinking about it. Forster's playing some pretty good defense right now, not letting them drive inside at all. Now there goes Buck to the inside, flings it up, and really just a lazy shot. And she'll get bailed out. Foul's going to go against number 12, Sarah Fryman. It's going to be her second personal foul. Team's first. So again, she's in a little bit of foul trouble right there early on, and Brooke Saylor will sub in for her. Buck able to make her first free throw. And she's able to make her second. Goes 2-2 here this evening.
Watching the Cougars with the press again.
Saylor in a little bit of trouble right there, puts the ball on the floor and gets it to Doy now. And Brooke Saylor just goes right into her own player, but picks it up and able to get it to Morton. Now 15 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie Reeker with the basketball for the Foresters, gets it to Clement. Looking down low.
Good pivoting by her to avoid that travel.
Yeah, she was just, it's a lazy shot, well, a lazy opportunity by her as she takes the one dribble and picks it up. If anything is a pet peeve of mine, that is it, is when you take one dribble and take it up, because you're wasting your dribble. You're just simply wasting it. Maddie Reeker getting her fingertips on it and goes off of Savannah Buck's head, actually, and goes out of bounds.
Goes into the stands here at Platt Arena. One oblivious fan almost had a souvenir.
Hopefully next week the student section will be a little bit more filled up, as second semester starts on Monday. Sarah Doy with the basketball driving inside. Back out to Morton, up top to Reeker, and now to Clement. Gets it down to Saylor, now to Morton. Man, that is some great ball movement by the Foresters.
Absolutely.
Makes it a 10-point game.
That's wonderful by these Foresters, just to keep that ball moving, keep the defense guessing, and not letting them steal that ball. We even saw a tip there, but the Foresters bounced on it really well.
Crow out to Will, now to McBriar. Briar, she'll drive inside to Buck, to Crow, three-pointer up, no good, and that will just fall out of bounds.
Go White, go White.
Dr. Emberton got a little bit of the ball action there.
Yeah, she's always down there in the first row in the student section, always trying to cheer on her Foresters any way that she can.
The #1 fan, no doubt about it.
Definitely. Maddie Reeker having a little bit of trouble, gets it into Brooke Saylor, and now she's in a timeout. I mean, she's in a bad spot, and Coach Kohler, she'll call a timeout, 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 24-14 is the score right now with 7:27 remaining here in the first half. Carson, so far, the Foresters, they're shooting 53% right now, and they're taking some really great shots here.
Absolutely, and that needs to continue. Right now, a 10-point lead, pretty comfortable. But one thing we have seen from this Forester squad all year is kind of a burnout after the second. We saw it during the Taylor game, especially. We had a tie game at halftime. They only scored about 5 points, and it ultimately led them to losing against Taylor, which of course affected the rest of the season. So right now, the Forester is focused on running up the score a little bit, keeping St. Francis from scoring buckets, watching that press. Like I said before, that was kryptonite to this team all year, and of course, playing some great defense and moving that ball around like they have.
Sarah Doy with the basketball. 5 seconds to get it across half court. Clement makes a great pass to Morton and now to Saylor. Doy thought about going inside on Will, but did not take that chance. Now to Morton, guarded by Crow. Cross-court pass, a little lazy to Reeker. 5 seconds, Clement for three. That's no good, off to the right. And traveling violation on McBriar.
She's a little frustrated with that. I don't know if it's herself or...
Well, and I think she knows it too, because she didn't really, I mean, she wasn't really arguing with the official at all. She was just frustrated with herself right there. Erin Moore checks back into this ball game along with Sam Hamill. Doy getting it to Morton. Morton guarded by Buck. Morton will drive it inside. Out to Hamill. And back to Morton, guarded by Crow now. Saylor going one-on-one with Will. Back out to Hamill. Now to Doy. Doy just flings it right on up and rebound by Buck now.
Forrest need to watch out. They've been a little, you said the word several times, they've been a little bit lazy with their passes and lazy with their shots. It's not what you want to do if you want to win this game this evening.
Gurka goes right into Brooke Saylor, but again, having her hands straight up there. No foul called. Just the Cougars are trying to force things right now, and that's really what's hurting them. Erin Moore with the basketball. She'll drive to the inside, and that is a great shot going off the backboard. Makes it 26-14. And McBriar with the basketball for the Cougars gets it down to Gurka.
They're opting to move that ball down court fast.
Crow with it, and now to Gurka. 15 seconds on the shot clock. McBriar gets it down to Will. That's a great pass and an easy basket for Will. Again, makes it a 10-point lead for the Foresters. Will gets her first 2 points of the ball game right there. Now Hamill hands it off to Morton. Driving side, blocked by Will. And Crow's now off to the races with Moore. Moore goes up for a block and cannot get there. Sam Hamill with the basketball, just trying to calm the Foresters down a little bit. Been a little crazy here in the last few minutes. Doy gets it to Morton. And now to Hamill, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Step back three, no good. Great box out by Will to allow Crow to get that rebound. And no foul right there. I don't know if officials just weren't watching or what was going on right there. Will now with it to McBriar. Now McBriar driving on in. Trying to finish with the right hand, but couldn't get there. Rebounded by Doy. Outlet pass to Hamill. And they're off to the races. Got a couple of Cougars behind her, but good job to get out of there. Morton with an early shot. No good. Rebound by Saylor. And that's going to be a foul on the Cougars. That's going to be on number 5, Sydney Crow. Be her second personal foul. Team second here in the second quarter. 30 Applegate and number 2 Temple going to check in for the Cougars. And number 4 Maddie Reeker going to check back in for Sarah Doy for the Foresters.
With all the action I haven't seen tonight, I feel like I paid for a football game this evening.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. There's bodies all over the floor. Erin Moore inbounding it in, and a little shove off by Brooke Saylor. Officials didn't see it, so that's okay. Maddie Reeker with the basketball now to Moore, and now to Morton up top. I wish that pass was just a little bit quicker over to Hamill, because Hamill would have been wide open if Morton would have just kept the momentum going with the basketball. Hamill now with the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Euro step blocked by Gurka, and now Applegate with it. Lazy pass stolen away now by Reeker. 2-on-2. Reeker going to go to the inside and just flings it on up there, but rebounded by Hamill. Did not get a fresh 30 because it did not hit the rim. That's a dangerous pass right there as well. Now Morton over to Moore. Giving it to Brooke Saylor on the high post. Cross-court pass to Reeker. To Hamill, 4-3. That's short. And Applegate will corral the rebound. Still down by 8, the Cougars are. Applegate thought about the 3. And now Temple, she's got it. Back out to Gurka. She'll take the three. And man, is that ever an awkward shot. Temple with the rebound. Moore did not box out right there. Gurka goes up and goes in. She's going to draw a foul. So that basket is good. Foul on number 20, Sam Hamill. Her first, team's second. Erica Zook going to check in for the Foresters. Kara Gurka, a 73% free throw shooter, gets that one to go. 21-26 is the score. Foresters up by 5.
Foresters are only shooting 9 for 23 right now from the field on field goals, and that needs to change. This lead's closing up a little bit. Right there, they get another 2 to make that 10 field goals on the night, but definitely need to keep those numbers going up.
And I was pretty nervous when Maddie Reeker passed that ball. 2 Foresters were in on that steal. And now Maddie Reeker with it again.
5th steal for the Foresters this evening.
I mean, just some lazy stuff by the Cougars. I mean, they had a couple shots that they flung up there early on, and now just a couple of lazy passes. And the Foresters, they're making them pay right now. And at the same time, Foresters aren't having a clean game either. Morton for 3, no good. Rebounded by Gurka.
Foresters definitely start pulling out some rebounds, too. That's another area where they struggle all season.
And kickball violation on Brooke Saylor. Shot clock will stay at 23 seconds.
That one just thrown into the leg of a Forester there.
Number 20, Savannah Buck with the basketball for the Cougars. Gives out to McBriar. 15 seconds on the shot clock. McBriar with a fake pass, goes inside and able to finish through all that traffic. I am shocked that that was able to go in. I thought if anything, officials were going to call a body foul or something, but no, McBriar powers that one up. And tip ball out of bounds by Temple. Some great hustle by her. Temple, a 5'7" junior guard out of Payne, Ohio. Went to Wayne Trace High School back in Ohio. Maddie Reeker inbounding the ball and gets it off to Saylor and back to Reeker. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Brooke Saylor has got the basketball, picks it up.
Aggressive defense once again by the Cougars. The Foresters definitely need to make some attention-based passes. Once again, as you said, lazy passes. But it's gonna.
Shot clock violation has been called. It's an interesting call by the official. That's really an interesting call by the official. I thought Maddie Reeker got that one up, and I wasn't sure if the official was going to call a foul right there, because I think he could have definitely called a foul. There were a couple bodies that hit the floor, but in other words, it is St. Francis's ball, and a foul on Reeker. That is her first, team's third. You can call a hand check foul right there.
That's been something new tonight, especially hand check fouls. I think that's the 4th one I've counted this evening.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're definitely correct, that's for sure. McBriar, that's a nice back cut by her to make it 28-25. Foresters still lead by 3. Minute 15 remaining here in the first half.
Foresters having trouble burning out again, unfortunately. They had a 10-point lead. They lost it, but we're going to go for a 3. Another lazy 3 just going right over the basket.
Aaron Moore not able to get that one to go. And now Temple giving it over to Applegate. Now to Buck. Buck, she'll drive it to the inside and really just, she goes up with it and she'll draw a foul. It's on Maddie Reeker on the arm. Her second. Team's 4th. Savannah Buck will be at line shooting 2. Savannah Buck, an 86% free throw shooter. As Sam Hamill will check in for Reeker. So another Forester with a couple of fouls. There's nobody on the Cougars or the Foresters basketball squad that has 3 fouls or more. And Buck able to make both of those to make it a 1-point ball game here in the last minute of the first half. 45 seconds remaining. Sam Hamill now with it. Now to Saylor. Now to Moore. Cross-court pass to Zook. She'll drive it inside. To Morton, off balance a little bit, and that does not go in. Rebounded by Temple. And her coach is telling her to have one shot. And that is exactly what they are going to do. Savannah Buck with the basketball. Now to McGuire.
Just about a millisecond difference from the shot clock and the game clock.
Actually, the game clock is ahead of the shot clock, so they're going to kill the shot clock. So McGuire out to Buck. Out to Gurka for three. No good. Rebounded by Saylor. Hamill fling it up, and that will be no good. And so at the end of the first half, Forster's lead by one, 28-27, going into halftime. When we come back, we will have some halftime statistics for you, and then we will have second half action for you right here on FDN Sports.
What does it mean to impact your community? As a broadcast media major at Huntington University, you'll explore that question and uncover the heart of storytelling. Tell real-life stories of the world around you from day one and uncover why it matters to the campus, community, and beyond. It could be in our live TV studio through our award-winning newscast, broadcasting home athletic events, or running HU's very own radio station. You'll have the opportunity to use industry-standard equipment from 4K cameras to instant replay to better prepare you for a future career. In addition to foundational courses, you'll have the chance to specialize in church media, corporate media, news, or marketing and sales. Or spend your last summer interning in one of America's largest cities, Phoenix, Arizona. In this one-of-a-kind opportunity, you'll have a home base at Huntington University's Arizona Center for Digital Media as you launch into professional opportunities catered toward your area of interest and enjoy the sunshine in the process. Your professional network begins as soon as you become a Forester. Broadcast media majors at HU have a long-standing history of success in the job market. You'll be connected with alumni who have gone before you, not to mention all of your professors have industry experience. You've been given a gift. Why not use it to impact your world for Christ? Huntington University Broadcast Media. Real life stories, real world experiences. Impact your community.
I am Dr. Fred Miller. I am the Department Chair of Kinesiology and also an exercise science professor at Huntington University. Huntington University is unique as far as they get a lot of one-on-one attention from the professor, helping them learn the information or helping them minister a test, whereas some universities you don't get that one-on-one from the professors. One of our themes focuses is on being a Christian and trying to be a good role model for others. We're here, we really care about the student, we want to see that student succeed, not just preparing them for their future career, but also we want to prepare them to be a servant for God. Huntington University, we have a lot of equipment that students will get an opportunity to use and experience. Some of the equipment we have include a bod pod, which is very famous. We also have other interesting equipment that students will get to use. That equipment includes a VO2 Max, a metabolic cart system. There's also a lot of equipment including other health measures. Students will get plenty of opportunity to learn how to use all this equipment, and they will get administering it to other students. Oftentimes students who get an undergraduate degree in exercise science will go on to physical therapy school, or even they will go on to physician assistant school. And then also another common career path for students is to become a strength conditioning specialist and mainly work with athletes. Exercise science is a degree where students will gain a lot of knowledge about health, but having someone that has the knowledge and experience to help an individual to get fit, to get healthy is important. And students at Huntington University, they learn about knowledge that's credible and that's important for students to have so they can help these individuals.
So Powder Puff football is 2 teams divided up by floors, and then they all have flags, so it's just a flag football game. And so we have the 2 end zones, and it's just like a regular game. We usually play 2 20-minute halves, and it's just a good time for everybody to get some football in since we don't have a football team here as a sport.
Powder Puff to me is something that actually opened me up at Huntington.
And for me, just as a freshman, obviously, like I get to know all the different girls on my floor, and we all grow closer together.
Powder Puff just means a lot of unity between the girls on the floor, and just provided a lot of good fun between all the other girls on campus as well.
Powder Puff means to me, it just signifies some of the best times that you're going to have during homecoming weekend.
Here in Huntington University's film program, we offer a one-of-a-kind experience. You'll have access to state-of-the-art equipment and the opportunity to gain practical experience on set. But what really sets us apart from other universities? While the films that we make are important to us, we give special attention to how we make them. In our film program, we understand the process behind making a film is just as important as the finished product you see on screen, and how we treat one another on set has a big impact. Which is why our program is part of the Kinema Commonwealth, a group of filmmakers dedicated to creating an environment of mutual respect that values individual artists over the bottom line. Our goal is to create excellent works of cinematic art and storytelling that both entertain and turn those involved into better people. We hold to 3 community values that make up the Kinema Manifesto. The first is respect for the individual, in which the time, energy, resources, and personal well-being of the artist are shown full respect. Artists are not just used for their talents, but embraced as collaborators. The second is respect for the community, where the natural environment, the local community, and the audience are all treated with the utmost care and respect. Filmmaking impacts not only the filmmakers, but those around us too. The third is respect for the art, because each filmmaker should be given artistic freedom to work creatively and to the best of their ability, while remembering that we are all working towards the same story. We believe that by living out these community values daily, the resulting projects will be works of passion, infused with the artistic voices of all the filmmakers. Our hope is that our students will not only practice these values during their 4 years here, but that they will take them into the professional industry and over time, revolutionize the way films are made in the United States and the rest of the world. We are striving to create leaders who pursue excellence in their craft while showing love and respect to those around them.
Well, some other schools, digital media arts and media in general, might kind of just be an afterthought. They might just store their gear in a closet. We have a dedicated place for all equipment. We have a dedicated staff member and a small team of students here to help out with all equipment needs.
Life at Huntington, DMA Equipment Center, take 1.
We call it the cage, and to our best knowledge, it's probably stands for Camera, Audio, Grip, and Electrical.
The cage, or the Equipment Center as some people call it, is really the hub of all equipment and resources for all of the film, broadcast, animation projects. So if you need camera equipment, audio, lighting, anything that'll help you out on set on a project, this is the place to get it.
What I do here at the Equipment Center, one of it is manage our physical assets with the department. The even bigger part of that is the interaction with the students.
Equipment usage at Huntington differs from a lot of other schools in the sense that they actually allow freshmen to get hands-on experience with the equipment that is provided here at the cage.
So my job is to help people who need to reserve orders. I help people check out orders, spaces that are rentable, so Studio A, edit suites, the Foley pit, scheduling all those.
It also teaches students how a real rental house might work, so equipment care, the rental process, it covers all of that. So it's really foundational and important for the students' education too.
It's always evolving, it's always improving, it's always growing, which is a reflection of an industry standard.
Camera technology is constantly changing. You wait 5 minutes and there's an upgrade. That's probably the biggest challenge in trying to stay on top of a good camera to student ratio so we can get hands-on with everybody.
Great question.
We're able to actually add a little bit more than just checking in and checking out equipment. We oftentimes will actually give advice to students.
If they have questions, it can be demonstrated to them and they can get extra learning and they can pick up some new skills that they might not be able to in a classroom.
It's not just a job. You get to learn all about the film equipment here too.
It's kind of just a central place where everybody can just come.
Anytime we're open.
We have all of the gear.
Talk to a cage worker.
Really learn from day one.
And cut.
This is how we like to do it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back here to Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias, along with Mr. Carson Watkins. We'll just go right into it. We'll go into some stats here for the first half. First off, for St. Francis, number 10, Laura McBriar, she is leading all scorers here on the floor. She has 10 points. She is 5 of 10 from the field, and she's got a couple of rebounds to her name as well, and also 1 assist. Also for St. Francis, number 21, Kara Gurka, who's averaging 14 points a game. She is on track with that as she has 7 points for herself. She has 2 defensive rebounds right now, and she's 3 of 7 from the field. St. Francis, they also have a total of 17 rebounds. They're out-rebounding the Foresters 17 to 15 here this evening. But the one thing that's really hurting them is their turnovers. They had 8 there in that first half, but also their three-point shooting. They are 0 of 8 right now for this first half. So we'll have to see if they're able to pick that up here in the second half. But overall, shooting-wise, they're 11 of 25 from the field, which is 44%. And they're also 5 of 6 from the free throw line, which is 83%. So that stat in itself isn't that bad. but it could be so much better if they would just hit just a couple of three-pointers, and they'd be in the lead with, in this game as well. For the Foresters, leading them is number 12, Sarah Fryman. She has 7 points to her name right now. Also, she is 3 of 3 from the field with a 3-point field goal as well. And there are 4 players for the Foresters who have 6 points. Actually, 3 players, excuse me. Erin Moore, Maddie Reeker, and Casey Morton. Maddie Reeker, she had those 2 early 3-point shots there in the beginning of this ball game, and that is all that she has done. She is 2 for 4 total here in this game. Again, the Foresters are being out-rebounded 15-17. They do have a total of 5 steals, which is really, really great for this squad. They have only 5 turnovers there in the first half, so that's a pretty good number. I would say if they can keep that number under 10, I'd say that's pretty good. Anything 10 and over, I'd say definitely they need to just keep working on that. I mean, you can always work on turnovers. What am I saying? The Foresters overall, though, shooting 10 of 27 from the field, which is 37%, 5 of 14 for 3-point field goals, which is 36%, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line, which is 75%. I'm sure a lot of people figured that one out already, Carson. So what are some things that stuck out to you in there in that first half?
Well, one thing that stuck out to me was the Foresters' performance in the second quarter. We've seen this before where the Foresters struggle within one quarter, and it kind of messes up the game down the road. The very first quarter, they had 21 points to St. Francis' 12, came into the second quarter with an 11-point lead. But during the second quarter, only 7 points for the Foresters. That's not something that you want to do if you're trying to get a victory tonight.
As we start off the second half, Sam Hamill, she's got the basketball for the Foresters. Now Maddie Reeker and Erin Moore. Erin Moore gets it down to Saylor. And now to Fryman outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pass out to Reeker. 7 seconds now. Reeker needs to do something quick. Losing the basketball a little bit. Out to Hamill. And she does get that shot off in time, but does not go in. Rebounded by Crow. And that was pretty close right there for the Foresters. I don't think Sam Hamill really realized how much time was left on the clock. Crow, though, gets over to Will, and now to McBriar. McBriar to Gurka to Buck. She'll goes baseline. Back out to Crow, wide open 3, and that's no good yet again. They're 0 for 9 from the night. And Sam Hamill hustling after that basketball, and it will remain St. Francis' ball. Again, St. Francis outscored the Foresters 15-7 there in that second quarter. That is really how they got back into this one. And they are trying to strike first here in the second half. Buck with the basketball. It's down low to Gurka, and she'll power her way up and not able to make it, but she'll draw a foul. Foul number 20, Sam Hamill. That is going to be her second personal foul, team's first. And third quarter's first. #21, Gurka able to make her first free throw. And able to make her second. 29-28, Sam Francis. I think this is their first lead of the night. We'll have to see how long they can hold it, if maybe they can hold it for the rest of the game, but really Foresters, they need something right here. Early on in this basketball season, St. Francis, they were really, really tested, and they were tested by a conference team, that being Indiana Wesleyan. They went into triple overtime to make it 99-100. Indiana Wesleyan came out with that one, but again, triple overtime. That's pretty incredible, and I can't remember the last time I've seen a game go into even double overtime, but to go into triple overtime, I would hope that the officials would get paid a little bit extra right there, as they are almost doing another full game. Savannah Buck, she'll drain the first 3 of the night for the Cougars. Timeout by Coach Kohler, and that's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 28-32, St. Francis, man, they're starting to get some confidence right now, and that is going to be dangerous for the Foresters if they cannot get their confidence back.
I absolutely agree with you. They cannot let up this third quarter. They need to start scoring again. Like I said, last quarter, only 7 points. If another 7 points with another double-digit for Cougar point lead, it could be detrimental. Not even, maybe we couldn't even get a lead change in the fourth quarter, which would be detrimental to the Foresters, especially now that they're receiving votes and trying to maybe get into conference play and be a ranked team.
Well, I believe that this happened again. I think the last time that the Foresters played the Cougars, they were receiving votes at that time, but again, they got beat by 21 points by the Cougars, and they really haven't been able. They did go on, I believe, a 4-game winning streak, and so that's how they've gotten back to this point to receiving votes. Sam Hamill with the basketball, getting across half court with a couple seconds to spare. She's being guarded by Savannah Buck, gets it to 32 Saylor, now to Moore. To Reeker, and a bad pass, but tipped out by Will. 13 seconds on the shot clock. And Reeker going to inbound the basketball for the Foresters. And gives it to Hamill. Pretty simple right there for her. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Moore with it. Now it's Saylor, nice pass to Fryman, and she's able to finish. Makes it a 2-point game, 30-32 with 7:35 remaining here in this third quarter.
Obviously the Foresters want to close that gap, maybe get back in the lead, or at least stay in breathing distance. So we're in for an interesting game here, Noah. I don't know about you. I'm excited.
Savannah Buck now out to Gurka, and she'll jack up a three, and that's good. Man, the Cougars are really starting to heat up now, and that is dangerous for these Foresters. That last three goes right down the pipe.
Cougars not letting up on their full court press either.
Hamill with it. Being guarded by 5 Crow, and now a nice pass to Fryman, and she's there yet again to make this a 3-point game. Now Gurka, she's right there trying to get the pass out to Will. She does, now to Buck. Buck looking back to Gurka, and a nice deflection by Brooke Saylor.
Oh.
Hard to see her over there with the angle, but it almost looked like Will. She had a handle on the ball, and she fell out of bounds. And even the St. Francis coach was looking at Coach Kohler and saying, "You're right." Now, it's bad when the opposing coach tells Coach Kohler that she's right. That's pretty crazy right there.
Coach Kohler definitely looked upset, but and they get another point off of that, especially off of that bad call. It has to be frustrating for this Forester team. Cougars now with a 5-point lead.
That's gonna be another foul on Sam Hamill, and it looked like she got all ball right there, honestly. That's the third personal foul on Hamill, second on Huntington here in this third quarter. Again, another tough foul for the Foresters. Number 31, Will at the line, shooting her and one shot, and that's good. Substitution, Applegate for Will.
Right now the Foresters cannot get this straw. If they get this straw, they're going to start playing lazy, and then they're just going to let this game slip away from them. That's not what you want. They need to start being aggressive and start pushing the ball down the court and scoring baskets and closing this gap up.
Hamill with it, and Buck just trailing her right there.
No breathing room for this Forester team this evening.
Yeah, and it's really good defense. Really, she's not locking onto her or anything. And Fryman, she's able to power that one up through a couple of Cougars. Foul on number 30, Applegate. That is going to be her second personal foul. Team first of the second half. And Hinton, she's going to check in for Crow. But again, another nice drive by the junior. Just adding to her career amount. 35-38 is the score. Foresters down by 3 with 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Buck with it. Gurka and Applegate. Hinton gets it down low to Gurka. Back out to Applegate to Buck. And just point hot potato right there. Applegate wide open, cannot finish though. Finally corralled by Applegate. Now it's McBriar for 3, no good. And man, that would have made this place go down for the Cougars. Hamill out to Reeker, wide open for three, a little short, and rebounded by Buck. That's a great box out that she had on Brooke Saylor.
We're definitely seeing the Foresters struggling with rebounds again. Oh, wonderful three there, distant three. We have a timeout called.
That is a great three-point shot by Applegate. I thought she was probably going to hit a couple of those here in this game. In the first half, she had a decent stroke, and so now the Cougars are going to take a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. The Cougars, they are shooting 48% to this point, and the Foresters, they are now down to 39%. FDN Sports is on Twitter. Go ahead and follow us at FDN_sports, and you can get all of the highlights for every game, and also all of the big announcements for each team, different signings and all of that right there on FDN_sports. 35-41 is the score. Foresters down by 6 with 5 minutes, 16 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Going in with a tie to the fourth quarter is very plausible if the Foresters can keep up in a little bit of a high-scoring battle right now, and I'm definitely enjoying it, Noah.
Cougars outscoring the Foresters 14-7 here in this third quarter. Matt Reeker with it. Handing it off to Moore. Moore a little flustered. Pass to Hamill. She just floats it up, and that goes in, and a blocking foul called on the Cougars.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say it. That's a bad call. Oh, my gosh. That's a very, very bad call.
We saw a frustrated Cougar. We have Cougar parents standing up in the crowd, very frustrated. But hey, that's the name of the game sometimes.
Yeah, that's, and honestly, the Foresters and the Cougars have really gotten cheated here on a couple of different calls. 38-41 is the score. Foresters only down by 3. McBriar with it, and now to Applegate. Ball was thrown out of bounds to Buck. Cross-court pass to Hinton, now up top to McBriar for 3. No good, rebounded by Buck though. Man, everything is just going the Cougars' way to keep them ahead in this ball game right now. Applegate almost traveled.
The Foresters need to start grabbing rebounds. That's a key to this rest of this game, and especially the fourth quarter. If they're just going to let St. Francis keep getting the ball in 30-second redemptions, and there's another 2 off a missed rebound. 2 missed rebounds for the Foresters, and their lead is just slipping away.
Hinton, as she was driving in there, I think if she would have taken one more dribble, she would have went up a lot more confident and a lot stronger with the basketball to finish that layup, and really that rebound wouldn't even have been necessary. But she's playing some great defense right now on Moore. Moore with a jump shot, no good. And great hustle by Sam Hamill, getting that offensive rebound, really not taking no for an answer. 38-43. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
The Foresters were moving down the court. They were expecting to start playing some defense, and she had to go rally the troops, say, hey guys, we have time.
And a great shot attempt by Fryman, and a foul is going to be on St. Francis as Fryman goes to the floor. Applegate with the foul. That will be her 3rd personal foul, team's 3rd. And Aaron Moore going to inbound the basketball for the Foresters. To Saylor, now to Moore. No good, and that is a good call as Sam Hamill will tip that one out of bounds. So St. Francis will get it, and they are going to try to extend their lead right here. 38-43 is the score. Will off to Applegate. And Savannah Buck now going for a 3-pointer, and that's no good. Rebounded by Hamill. Getting those rebounds like Beckfist. Sarah Fryman with the basketball. It's inside to Brooke Saylor, and now out to Reeker. She's going to jack up a 3, and that's no good. Rebounded by Hamill, and a slap to the face will be called a foul. Great call by the official as that was on the floor. That's going to be Savannah Buck's second personal foul. Actually, that's going to be her third personal foul, team's fourth.
Unfortunately, that basket didn't count, but if the Foresters capitalize here, we can make it a 2 to 3 point game. Make it interesting again here in the final final three, my apologies.
And Brooke Saylor did not have control of that at all, and number 31, Whitney will get the foul there. That's her second. And again, Brooke Saylor, she did not have control of that basketball at all. But Saylor will be at the line shooting two. First one up, no good. And you know what? She has been in a drought here so far in the last, I would say, couple weeks. Absolutely. Again, all started at the Goshen game. Until then, really the forces have been out of sorts, but her especially, as she is able to make her second free throw.
Looking at a 4-point game now, making it very interesting.
Still 2 possessions. Hinton now with it. Give it to Gurka, now to Crow for 3, no good, a little short. Rebounded by Hamill. The main hustler for the Foresters, Rieker, she's got it, thought about going in on Will. Decided to pull back.
A lot more black jerseys than white jerseys there, good call by her.
Well, a lot taller black jerseys than white jerseys for sure. And Brooke Saylor going in, cannot finish. And McBriar gets the rebound. Again, those boards, Carson, you've been saying that all night long. That's a great observation. Really, all of them have been going to the Cougars. And a great job by Fryman getting in on that dump down pass to Gurka. And that entry pass. And so now Hamill, she's got it. Over to Rieker. Now up to Clement. Clement, she subbed in on that last dead ball. Fryman, jump shot, no good.
Oh, almost. Oh, we got a...
And a late foul call on number 32, Brooke Saylor. Casey Morton going to check in for Brooke Saylor, as that is Brooke Saylor's second personal foul. And I'll attest to the official. You know, it takes a second for it to go to your brain that, oh, hey, that's a foul, because it was a foul. It really was, but it takes a second for it to go to your head, to your mouth, to blow out into the whistle. And now number 10, McBriar giving it to Gurka, now to Crow. Gurka now going to the inside, and the official going to call a foul. Casey Morton was putting her knee up against Gurka, so that's going to be a foul on Morton, her first, team's fourth, so the next foul will put St. Francis into the double bonus for the remainder of this third quarter. McBriar with the basketball.
You gotta be careful if you're a Forester now.
Gurka for 3, and that's nothing but net. 46 to 39. Man, did that ever come at a great moment for the Cougars.
We have some passionate Cougar fans here in Platt Arena tonight as well.
Yeah, really, at St. Francis, they've packed this house pretty nicely. And a foul on number 11, Hinton. That is going to be her third personal foul. Sarah Fryman is going to be at the line shooting 2.
No, what do you think Huntington can do to close this gap up in the fourth quarter?
Really, they just need to keep being smart. And honestly, I'm going to kind of go off you. The boards is pretty important. I mean, if you've seen the scores from their past games and match them up with the rebounds, and when we've out-rebounded the team and not, you will see that I would say 90% of the games that Huntington wins, they have out-rebounded their opponents. So that is very, very important for these gals. And it's showing here tonight as well.
Right now, Huntington is 5 for 15 on the boards.
Great block by Morton, and now Jay Clement. She's going to try to go the distance, but she's going to also pull back a little bit. Give it to Rieker. A great job by the sophomore there. Again, Jay Clement, she's gotten some more playing time here in the last couple of weeks. During the last game against Bethel, she had a total of 12 points. 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Sam Hamill getting it to a cutting Fryman and not able to finish right there. But Fryman does get the steal. 3-ball up, no good. 2 seconds on the shot on the game clock, and that will do it. Wow. Interesting turn of events there for the Foresters in the last 10 seconds of that third quarter. Still down 40-46. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action for you right here on FDN Sports.
Everything has a beginning. A moment where a dream becomes an idea, and an idea.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back to Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias along with Carson Watkins. Quick shout out to Tyler Palmer. Thank you for keeping me honest. The St. Francis Cougars, they actually went to 4 overtimes, not 3. That was my fault. I can't count. I'm in college, I just can't count. They went to 4 overtimes with Indiana Wesleyan. So thank you for keeping me honest, Tyler.
Maybe with 2 3-pointers here, maybe we can do that tonight. No, are you interested in 4 overtimes this evening?
Stop. Just don't. Just don't.
Don't jinx it?
Don't even think about it. All right? Because as soon as you start thinking about it, it's going to become a reality, and that's not what we need right now.
Not at all.
Savannah Buck gets it down to Gurka. She's wide open. And that's just laziness coming out of the third quarter.
The game is still definitely winnable by the Foresters, and it's got to work hard and quit being lazy.
Sarah Fryman with the basketball for the Foresters, guarded by Buck as she picks up her dribble, gets it to Clement. Again, this lead has grown to 8:48-40. Now Sam Hamill, she's going to drive the inside, back out to Clement, and a charging violation goes to Sam Hamill. That is going to be Hamill's 4th personal foul, and Sarah Doyle will check in for her.
Foresters got to play good defense here in order to keep this. If it goes to a 10-point lead, we're looking a little some uncomfortable Foresters on the court.
Number 5 Crow with the basketball for the Cougars. 21 Gurka. McBriar gets it to Applegate, and Applegate able to drain that one.
Made that an 11-point game this evening.
Now Casey Morin, she's got the basketball, now gives it over to Fryman. Cross-court pass to Maddie Reeker. Gets down low to Fryman, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And just a lazy pass over to Jade Clement, or trying to get it in the hoop. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. But Applegate came out with it. McBriar for a long 3, no good. And foul on Applegate. That's going to be her 4th personal foul. And St. Francisco's Mr. Jason Ridge shaking his head up and down. Yep, that is a good call. You definitely did that. Not going to argue about that one. 51-40. This lead has grown to 11. Now Maddie Reeker going to the inside.
Oh.
That ball is tipped away.
Right through the legs of a Forester there.
And I was saying, actually didn't get tipped at all, so that's just going to go out of bounds, and St. Francis will get possession of it.
What do you think a good defensive strategy will be with the Foresters in the following 8 minutes?
I mean, honestly, the Foresters, they've played some decent defense here in this entire ball game. It's just the rebounding, really. That's the one thing that has stood out to me. Turnover-wise on the offensive side, that's been pretty well. Hasn't really been out of their touch at all. Nice block there by Morton. I mean, it's all there for the Foresters. It's just they are not executing very well here tonight. And there's going to be a foul on McBriar. Just she was at the wrong place at the wrong time for sure. Her first personnel foul, so she's not in any trouble by any means.
All right, well, let's literally flip this. What can the Foresters do on offense to close this lead gap?
They need to keep taking some smarter shots for sure. They've been doing a good job, but at the same time, St. Francis has just been playing some great defense right now. And so that's been forcing the Foresters to go up with some crazy shots. Sarah Doy now with it, and now Jade Clement. And good defense by McBriar as she tipped it out. And actually, it really didn't go out of bounds. It tipped off the official, and I'm not sure if touched the line or not as that happening right in front of us. 13 seconds left on the shot clock, though. Saylor hands it off to Doy. Doy guarded by Gurka.
6 seconds left. Definitely need to make a play real soon.
And a carrying violation is going to be called on Maddie Reeker. I haven't seen that call in quite a while. Again, 40-51 is the score. St. Francis leads the Foresters right here in Platt Arena. Shout out to all of the people that are listening on the radio, 105.5 WQHU. Appreciate your listening. And that's going to be an over-the-back call on number 31, Whitney Will. And Carson, fun fact for you.
Fun fact.
It's a fun fact for you. There is no such thing as an over-the-back call. I said an over-the-back call just then, but there is no such thing. It's actually called a push. That's what they consider it to be because of the other person's body making contact with the other person.
Okay.
So, there's your fun fact of the day for you.
Sounds good to me.
Maddie Reeker, birthday girl with a three, and that's good. 43-51.
Hopefully on her cake, she wished for a good comeback today.
I don't think she was wishing for a comeback. I think she was just asking for a win. Didn't matter how in the world she got it, but she just wanted it. 21 Gurka, now to Will, looking for Buck, but gets it back to Crow, and down to Gurka. And that is going to be a foul on Casey Morton as she brought that right hand down there at the last second. That is her second personnel foul, team third here in the fourth quarter.
I've mentioned this being an aggressive game several times, and right now we're about 23 fouls combined on both teams.
And that is a big number. I think 21 Gurka able to make her first, makes it a 9-point game.
That's 15 fouls for the Cougars and 11 for the Foresters.
Gurka not able to put this one into a 4-possession ball game. It'll stay at 3. Maddie Reeker with the basketball for the Foresters now. Giving it to Jade Clement. And kickball violation on Savannah Buck. Shot clock will stay at 19 seconds.
Foresters hoping making some good adjustments offensively and defensively in the final 6 of this game.
Reeker with the jumper, and that's good. Got 15-footer for her. 45-52 is the score with 5:50 remaining here in this contest between the Foresters and the Cougars. Crow pump fake goes baseline and blocked by Brooke Saylor as he goes out of bounds. Good help defense by Saylor. Will hands it off to Crow. Now to McBriar. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gurka going inside.
Yeah, wonderful
and that
block.
is going to be a foul on the Foresters.
Okay.
Number 32, Brooke Saylor. That is going to be her third personal foul. Team's third, and that is a good timeout as her hand came down there at the last second.
Go White.
Gurka able to make her first there. So far in this contest, St. Francis, they are 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Huntington, they are 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Gurkha trying to make 2 of 2 right here, and she does not. That is the second time that she has gone 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Sam Hamill with the basketball, spinning around, pulling back there for a second. Rebound basket by Brooke Saylor. Great job by her, just staying in there and able to keep up with that ball.
And that's what happens when you play good on the boards. Right there, you get another 2 points for your team.
Whitney Will with the basketball to Buck. Nice pass inside to Gurkha, and that's an easy 2 points for her. 55-47, timeout called by St. Francis. We have a 30-second timeout, so we will stay right here. Talk about league standings here for a second. Really, again, the Crossroads League has been so competitive this year, with Marion being on top, 9-1 in the conference, Taylor 8-2, St. Francis 7-3, tied with Indiana Wesleyan. Then Huntington is right there in that 4th place, and they're pretty secure right now, as Mount Vernon is 4 of 6, and Grace is also 4 and 6. Spring Arbor and Bethel, it'll be interesting to see who can come out there in that 8th spot to make the conference tournament, because again, just remember, 8 teams out of the 10 teams in the Crossroads League Conference will make the conference tournament. So very, very important to be in that 8th spot.
And Bethel up right now ahead of Goshen, 24-13.
47-55 is the score. Aaron Moore driving baseline, picks it up. Now to Morton. She really has not been a key factor from the 3-point line at all here today. She's 2 of 6, and Fryman goes up, and that was tipped out of bounds, so it will stay with the Foresters. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Sarah Fryman checks in for Morton.
Foresters gonna have to make a play real quick. A couple points here could boost morale and definitely lead to a nice comeback, or at least a closer game.
Brooke Saylor goes up and cannot get it, but rebound by Fryman. Can't get that one either. Rebounded by Will. Now Savannah Buck driving the ball down there, and really the Cougars are just going to try to waste some time right here, and that's going to be an easy foul call on Brooke Saylor. That's her 4th personal foul. So Coach Kohler has, she really has an option here. Does she let Saylor stay in there with 4 fouls, or is she going to sub them out? And Coach Jermaine Green going to bring that up to Kohler's attention here pretty soon. And number 10, McBriar with the basketball for the Cougars. Now to Buck up top, guarded by Reeker. Hesitates, goes in, back out to Crow for 3, and that's nothing but net. 58-47, the lead back to 11. Again, the Cougars a little closer than the last time they played the Foresters, but still, they are taking it to them for sure. Sarah Fryman, air ball, and that will stay here with the Foresters. That was tipped out of bounds.
Foresters need to start making some baskets and playing some great defense. This game's still not over.
16 seconds on the shot clock. 3:47 left on the game clock. Hamill going inside, not able to finish with the right hand. Goes in and out, and McBriar now. She'll go, not really, a nice pass to Crow. And the ball will just go out of bounds off of Sam Hamill. So the Cougars will retain possession. 3:36 remaining, 47-58. Foresters trail the Cougars. Foresters will be back in action here this Saturday at Spring Arbor. If you can't make it to that one, always catch us on 105.5 WQHU or the Radio FX app. Just search Huntington University and the radio station will come up right there. Also, you can go to forsterdigital.net/radio, and that will come up as well. So you have a couple of different options. Maddie Reeker, though, that's an option for her, getting that 3 to go down. And timeout by Coach Kohler. 30-second timeout. Makes it back to an 8-point game. Really an interesting game that we've been seeing here today. Really, the Foresters have done a great job. They came out really strong, starting out the first quarter, 21-12. Then St. Francis outscored them 15-7 there in the second quarter. Third quarter, St. Francis again keeping on that hot streak, outscoring the Foresters 19-12. And right now, St. Francis outscoring the Foresters here in this fourth quarter with 3:10 remaining, 12 points to 10 points. So really, the Foresters, they haven't done half bad of a job, honestly. The defensive side, I think the defensive intensity was just really there in that first quarter. We haven't really seen that kind of intensity in a while from these Foresters. And really, it was just there for that first quarter, and they kind of just eased on the pedal a little bit. But it's still there, I would say, for sure.
Absolutely.
Savannah Buck now gets it in. Pass tipped away.
Oh. A little 1v2, and the good job of the Forester defense to move down there and keep that shot from going up.
Cronell to Applegate.
Well, a little bit under 3 minutes.
Applegate now gets it to Buck. She'll drive baseline. Lazy pass in. Moore will steal that away. Moore goes the inside. Gets to Hamill. Goes up. Misses. Rebound by Saylor. Jump shot by Moore, and that's good. Lead down to 6 now, 2 possessions. Savannah Buck now with the basketball. She's a little bamboozled right now as Sam Hamill is able to come up with the steal. One-on-one, her and McBriar. And McBriar and her are going to be tied up. And actually McBriar, she's got the ball, and now jump ball will be called.
Wow.
And the Foresters will get possession as the arrow is pointing to them. But man, Sam Hamill doing a great job there. I honestly wouldn't say that that's a foul. I know that there's a lot of body contact, but they're both going for the ball. I think that was a good no call by the official down there on the baseline. Ball goes in to Fryman. 3-ball up. No good. Just rims out. And Brooke Saylor almost could have gotten called an over-the-back call yet again. Or a pushing call, as I said earlier.
Yes.
21, Gurkha with the basketball for the Cougars. And Coach Kohler is screaming foul, foul, foul with under 2 minutes left to go. That is going to be the 15th foul on the Foresters. So for the remainder, 1 minute and 58 seconds, St. Francis will be at the line shooting 2. Will be at the line. First one up and good. Pretty confident there, making that a 7-point ball game. So 3-possession ball game now. Second one up and good. 60-52 now. Hamill with the basketball. Almost getting chopped there in the corner. Now Reeker gets it across, and Foresters really need to work fast here.
Yes, they do.
Matt Reeker with the basketball, trying to get it down to Saylor, but can't do that, so she'll give it over to Feynman. 3-ball up, no good. Rebounded by Saylor, and that is the kind of intensity we've been talking about. Moore not able to make that 3-point shot.
Gotta stay here for the Foresters.
Off of the St. Francis Cougars as McBriar and Buck go to the floor. I think they were just going after it together, and they didn't realize that they were on the same team because they were just looking straight up to the ball. Brooke Saylor, though, able to get that one down and draws a foul. The foul is going to be on number 5, Sydney Crow. Her 3rd personal foul, team 4th.
You definitely don't want to miss the end of this game. If you're tuned in anywhere, wherever you're tuned in, stay right here. This is going to be an interesting minute 30.
Brooke Saylor, girlfriend of Travis Hurtis, star soccer player for the Foresters. Also on the mop crew here tonight. And this is going to be talking a little bit. I think they were asking either if the basket was good and they wanted to shoot 2 free throws or what was going on. I think the St. Francis coach, Jason Ridge, was asking the question if they wanted to count the basket or not. And the official said, yes, we did. And now we're going to play. McBriar with it, gives up to Gurkha. Just needs to get it across, and now she does. Number 5, Crow with it. Gets it back up to Buck. 5-point ball game, 2-possession game. Buck now to Gurka. Gurka will bring it up top. Again, the defense intensity for the Foresters has really picked up here. Buck goes the inside, tried to bank it home, couldn't get there. Rebound by Saylor, nice crossover by Fryman. Gets the pass up to Moore, back to Fryman, now to Hamill. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 50 seconds left, and Brooke Saylor able to power that one again up there. Foresters down by 3, 57-60 right now. Pass being thrown away, and Foresters will get the basketball. 57-60 is the score right now. This is a huge game right now for the Foresters, as Will check back in for the Cougars. 57-60. We have a one-possession ball game right here.
A three-pointer right here, or a two-point with an and one could just tie this game up.
Fryman, she's going to take it herself, and that is very, very long, but man, that would have brought the house down. And a foul is going to be called on Sam Hamill. And that is her 5th personal foul. So she will be done for the game. And Sarah Doy will check in for her. And that's tough. That is really tough for Sam Hamill. Only with 3 points here tonight, but 9 rebounds. Really, that's the other way around. She usually has, well, really, she's been good on the boards here for the Foresters this year.
Going to turn that into a 4-point game. But like I said, it's still not over for these Foresters.
Yeah, with it being a 2-possession ball game now, the Foresters really need to speed things up as they are down by 5 points. Full timeout, and we will take it along with Coach Kohler. 57-62, we will be back.
This is how we like to do it.
Back here in Platt Arena, I'm Noah Tobias along with Carson Watkins. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, FDN_sports, with all of your Forster Sports wants and needs and information all right there in one place. Aaron Moore inbounding the basketball for the Foresters. Now Doy with the basketball, now to Fryman. Gonna take up that 3-point shot, no good, and that is going to be one of their last opportunities. And St. Francis is going to take a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And so we will stay right here. 57-62 is still the score. Man, would that 3-ball ever have made a lot of difference right there. But instead, it's still going to be a 2-possession ball game, which really hurts the Foresters right now with under 30 seconds remaining. So shot clock will not be a factor right here. I'm sure the Foresters are going to foul right away. I don't know. What do you think, Carson?
I think that'll be a smart method. Maybe to pull down a rebound, pull it back over. We'll just have to see what happens. Great effort by this Forester team, though. That was an incredible last few minutes of this game. No one can say they didn't try this game. What a wonderful effort.
Kara Gurka right now leading all scorers with 23 points. Fryman leading the Foresters with 15 points. Yeah, the two girls that we were highlighting there at the beginning of the basketball game, these are the two people that are really standing out in the game. I think we're getting pretty good at that right now, Carson.
Absolutely.
As it being this late in the season. And foul on Jade Clement. So McBriar will be at the line shooting 2. McBriar, an 83% free throw shooter. So definitely somebody that kind of question, I don't know if we should put her at the free throw line or not. Well, we did, and she makes her first. Brooke Saylor, she'll check back in with 4 fouls. And Jay Clement will come back out. McBriar able to make her second as well. Bring it to a 7-point game. So that's 3 possessions and timeout called by the Foresters. It'll be a full timeout and we will take it along with her. 57-64 is the score. Maddie Reeker really having a great game here to this point. And it's a good time to have it as it is her 22nd birthday with 14 points, 4 of 7 for threes. St. Francis getting another steal. Again, Whitney Will being there at the right time. Right place, right time, and she'll get that steal. And timeout for the Cougars. We'll stay right here as we only have 22 seconds remaining in this one. Again, Maddie Reeker, 14 points. As Jay Clement, she'll check back in for Brooke Saylor, and I thought that was probably what was going to happen. Her and Brooke Saylor are going to go offense, defense, substituting. But really, again, Maddie Reeker, 5 of 9 from the field here tonight. Hasn't shot any free throws to this point, and that's a little different for her because she's usually been at the line quite a bit in her contests that she's been in. But she is a senior, and she is definitely a leader. By looking at her stats, you wouldn't necessarily think that she is a huge leader. Well, she was out for a couple of different games because, well, she was out for one game because she was sick, and I believe that was the last time Huntington played against Spring Arbor. And really, she is a bigger leader than what people think.
Absolutely.
It does not matter that she does not do a ton on the stat sheet. She is still a leader out there on the court. She does a great job of calming everybody down and just knowing everybody's strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely.
And able to use those for the benefit of the team, which is always a great thing, and you always love seeing that out of your seniors.
Absolutely.
Applegate will be at the line, shooting 2. Number 5, Erin Moore, picks up her first foul, and Applegate able to make her first. Saylor comes in for Clement. Applegate with one more free throw attempt. That one is up and good. And 31, Whitney will check back in for Applegate. 57-66 is the score, down by 9. 3-possession game. Doy going down the sideline, and now Moore. Pull up, no good. Rebound by Saylor. Goes out of bounds. Stay with the Foresters. And 8.7 seconds remaining here in this one. Coach Ridds telling his players to not foul. But Moore now. Getting in to Saylor. Goes up for 2. Nope. Rebound. Nope. And finally gets it in. She just wanted to get a couple more rebounds there on her stat sheet. And that will do it here for this contest between the Lady Foresters and the Lady Cougars. Lady Cougars come out with a win in this one, 66-59. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we will have your final game statistics. We'll actually have an interview from Coach Kohler herself when we come back.
What does it mean to impact your community? As a broadcast media major at Huntington University, you'll explore that question and uncover the heart of storytelling. Tell real-life stories of the world around you from day one and uncover why it matters to the campus, community, and beyond. It could be in our live TV studio through our award-winning newscast, broadcasting home athletic events, or running HU's very own radio station. You'll have the opportunity to use industry standard equipment from 4K cameras to instant replay to better prepare you for a future career. In addition to foundational courses, you'll have the chance to specialize in church media, corporate media, news, or marketing and sales. Or spend your last summer interning in one of America's largest cities, Phoenix, Arizona. In this one-of-a-kind opportunity, you'll have a home base at Huntington University's Arizona Center for Digital Media as you launch into professional opportunities catered toward your area of interest and enjoy the sunshine in the process. Your professional network begins as soon as you become a Forester. Broadcast media majors at HU have a long-standing history of success in the job market. You'll be connected with alumni who have gone before you, not to mention all of your professors have industry experience. You've been given a gift. Why not use it to impact your world for Christ? Huntington University Broadcast Media. Real life stories, real world experiences. Impact your community.
I am Dr. Fred Miller. I am the department chair of kinesiology and also an exercise science professor at Huntington University. Huntington University is unique as far as they get a lot of one-on-one attention from the professor, helping them learn the information or helping them minister a test, whereas some universities you don't get that one-on-one from the professors. One of our themes focuses is on being a Christian and trying to be a good role model for others. We're here, we really care about the student, we want to see that student succeed, not just preparing them for
Lori Kohler, coach, rough loss tonight. Your girls had a good run there at the end, couldn't quite figure it out. In the broadcast, we mentioned trouble with the rebound. Where do you think your girls can improve?
Well, actually, I thought we played really well tonight. We did a lot of the things that we talked about needing to do. The only thing we didn't do well is shoot the ball. And, that's going to happen some games, and teams that are as good as St. Francis are going to make you have a little more jitters when you're shooting and put a lot more pressure on you than maybe some other teams. So I was very proud of the girls. We had only 10 turnovers to their 13. We had 14 offensive rebounds to their 8. All the things that we talked about needing to do other than putting the ball in the hoop. So, St. Francis is ranked number 18 or 19, and, we're just receiving votes. So we gave them all they could handle.
Absolutely, and so looking to this Saturday, you guys are facing Spring Arbor at Spring Arbor. Last time your girls played Spring Arbor, they came away with a win. What are you looking forward to this Saturday, and how can your team pull out another victory?
Well, Spring Arbor's always tough on their own court, and so, there are no gimmies in this league, so we need to make sure that we're not too comfortable when we go up there and be ready to give our best effort, and hopefully we can come away with a win and get back on the winning track.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations. Now we'll take it back to Noah Tobias for some post-game stats.
All right, thanks, Carson. And thank you, Coach Kohler, for the post-game interview. Really do appreciate that. Again, the final score, 66-59. Forsters pick up a loss in that one versus the Cougars. Now to some end-of-game statistics. Running it up for St. Francis, really, Kira Gurka, she had a great game. 23 points individually. Behind her, 14 points by Lauren McBriar. Had a couple of key threes there in that second half. And so, really, the St. Francis, they, again, Coach Kohler, she summed it up pretty well. They had 13 turnovers, and Forsters actually out-rebounded the Cougars 37-34. So really a great outing by the Cougars, and she's right. I mean, they're ranked 19th for a reason. St. Francis, they ended up shooting 43% there in that ball game. They shot 42% there in that second half. 29% for threes, and also 86% from free throws. And then for the Foresters, for them, leading scorer Sarah Fryman, 15 points. She was 6 of 15 from the field. 14 points for Maddie Rieger, the birthday girl. 12 points for Brooke Saylor. And she actually ended up with a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds. So another great outing for her. Again, the Foresters led in rebounding, 37-34. Only with 10 turnovers, they had a total of 9 steals. 3 of those steals coming from Maddie Rieger herself. Foresters shot 36%, which is really not the greatest for them. And then also they shot 30% for 3-point field goals and 73% for free throws. Well, that's going to do it here for FDN Sports right here in Platt Arena. When we come back, we will actually come back on Saturday. We will be doing a radio broadcast on 105.5 WQHU, and we will be at Spring Arbor. So if you can't get up there to Spring Arbor, joining us right there on 105.5. And until then, we'll catch you next time.